All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. A little froggy voice this morning, 7:04 a.m. Take a little sip of coffee. Hoping you guys will hang for me for this super important message this morning. As many of you may know, I have become involved over the last, I don't know, since, first I became aware of this last July, but have been involved with an anti-sex trafficking organization here that's based out of Bend, Oregon, called the Guardian Group. Just want to make sure I'm live and everything is good. Don't want to have to repeat myself and do this twice. So, okay, looks like I am live. Hopefully audio is good and I'm now in focus. Okay, so I'm going to start at the beginning real quick. And then I have an ask of you guys today. So, um, this, I think there's a level of awareness now, because of that movie that came out last year on sex trafficking and how bad it is. And I don't think a lot of people realize how bad it really is and how extensive it is. Last summer, I had the chance to meet the CEO and the founder of the Guardian Group, because my youngest kid is really good friends with his kid. And we ended up sitting down. Carla and I sat down with him, had coffee, and just wanted to get to know this other parent and what he was doing in the anti-sex trafficking space. And he kind of laid out like, yeah, we were over in India. It was readily visible everywhere you went, and he was really shocked by that, about how bad like sex trafficking of minors was right in front of his face in India. And this is about 14 years ago. And then he came back here and he's like, I wonder, if this stuff goes on like that in the United States. And so he spent a lot of time researching and came to the realization that, wow, it is happening right here in our backyard, in every small city, large city, and town all over the US, and started the Guardian Group. And the Guardian Group has become, and first and foremost, the Guardian Group exclusively focuses on ending and eradicating sex trafficking here in the United States. Most of the other anti-sex trafficking agencies, which are all great, they're doing a great job, do a lot of their work outside of the United States, right? They do it in Asia, Central and South America. But unfortunately, with very little focus right here in the US, where many of my listeners and viewers might live. So it's crazy because I'm sitting here, like I live on the west side of town, which is a very nice part of the town that I live in. And the first time I was sitting with him, he's like, yeah, we have 5 girls in a safe house, like literally right down the street here, meaning they were taken away from their traffickers. And I didn't, like, I won't go into really explicit detail, but it'll kind of scare you a little bit. But it's happening, like, and I'll give you an example. And this is kind of like shocking and unbelievable for a lot of parents to think about this. But like, okay, so the high school, for example, that my children go to, or that one of them goes to, is we live in we live in a good part of town, right? It's a higher net worth part of town. And there are girls that have been trafficked in that high school. And you think, well, how is that even possible? Well, what happens is the trafficker ends up picking them up from school, takes them out, forces them to turn 4 or 5 tricks, and then has them home by dinner time before their parents get home from work. And you're thinking, that's not possible. I'm telling you, it's possible. It happens. It's happening. And it happens in many shapes and forms. It is the single largest growing criminal organization in the world. Kids as young as 8, 6, 10, 12, 14. I mean, anybody who has children, like, I'm very protective of my kids. I can't even imagine, someone getting a hold of my kids and doing those kinds of absolutely horrendous things to them. So I had this feeling that it's like, I need to, in some way, shape, or form, be involved with this organization and helping spread the word and helping be involved in eradicating sex trafficking, specifically here in the US. So this is my ask for you. So the Guardian Group, like I said, is an organization that's based here in Oregon. They focus all over the United States. They have become kind of the way they do things is different than a lot of these other agencies. And they've become I don't know what the right word is. I'll just say law enforcement loves them because the data that they bring to the table is crystal clear and complete, and enables the law enforcement and the task force that's involved in saving these kids and then taking the trafficker to prison or taking the trafficker to jail and making those charges stick is really unlike any other agency here in the U.S. or abroad. I mean, they've created really the system to make this stuff stick, and it's very difficult. The reason a lot of these guys have moved from a lot of what they've moved from, they moved from selling cocaine and methamphetamine and fentanyl and other drugs to now they're the thing that they sell is kids, because you can only say, so you can sell a bag of Coke once, but you can sell a kid 10 times a day over and over again for years. And the risk of them getting caught and going to jail is significantly less than getting caught with a pound of cocaine. So just to give you some perspective here. So the CEO asked me to do an initiative, which this is part of my initiative and reaching out to you. Like, I have my network is full of people with a network. And I don't know if if you are if this drives you nuts like it does me, it makes me angry. It's sad. It's awful. It's evil. It's terrible. It's all of these things. And we can do something about it. And the way this organization makes an impact, and I'm gonna read. I have something on my screen here. So I'm gonna read something to you that he wrote to me about a week ago on email. So this is on an initiative that I'm asking you about. It's called Team 1591. And here's the background. Team 1591 is designed to allow Guardian Group to responsibly hire analysts. Okay. The analysts are the ones that go identify, find these victims, find their traffickers, set up the file, get it to law enforcement. And it's a very detailed process. So for every 524 new Team 1591 members, committed to giving a minimum of $15.91. So it's not a big financial ask. So it's $15.91. So for every 524 people that we can get to give $15.91 a month, that allows Guardian Group to hire a new analyst. And I'll get to this here in a second. So this is cool. For each analyst can produce between 250 and 300 individual potential victim leads for law enforcement per year. Our fully capable goal to effectively cover the entire United States will require 10 to 15 analysts at a minimum. We're asking people to engage in their own spheres to help target at least one hire. So look, I mean, some of you guys run big teams, and if you feel the way I do, about how bad this is and want to take part in helping to eradicate this terrible crime, I'm going to say it verbally. I got it written down, but the website for Guardian Group, just the company, is guardiangroup.org. If you want to be part of Team 1591, and that means giving $15.91 a month to Guardian Group directly, the Team 1591 site is guardiangroup.org/end trafficking. And that's END, trafficking as TRAFFICKING. There you'll see the details of Team 1591. Some of you guys have groups of 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 people. You got lists of hundreds of thousand people that you might mail to, or that are on your social media. If you want to talk to me directly, you can. I think it would be really amazing to have the network marketing and direct selling community, because it's not a huge monthly commitment per person. I mean, you got a team of 10,000 people getting 524 people to give $15.91 a month. That would allow them to hire one new analyst. That one new analyst could find on average between 250 and 300 victims per year. And as he stated in this letter to me, if they're able to get to 10 to 15 more analysts that they have on staff full time, that would enable them to cover the entire United States. And I don't know, it's like, we talk about like our why in network marketing. Like, why are you doing this business? And when you're a parent, probably a lot of times your why is your kids, right? Like for me, most of my, at least for the last 20 years, my main why is my children. And I do everything to protect them, keep them safe, provide them all the things that they need, safe environment and all of that. And so but to have something that's even more significant, adding on to like, hey, this is a driver for me to be able to make this kind of an impact. And I mean, like there's young kids. Look at, like, especially, you got young kids and you're looking at your 8-year-old boy and know that kid could be, put into sex trafficking is that would scare the crap out of me. I mean, I've got older kids now, 17 and 20, but I mean, it's frightening, and it's happening. I mean, I live in this cool outdoor town of active people that surf and ski and mountain bike and hike and fish and mountain bike and raft and all this, and good music and good beer everywhere. I mean, cool town. And it's happening a ton right here in this little town. And if it's happening in this little town, what do you think is happening in Portland or Denver or Seattle or the outskirts of all these places? It's absolutely insane. So if you feel in your heart that you want to participate in this with me, again, guardiangroup.org is the website. That's the company's website. You can scope them out all on your own if you want. The initiative that I'm talking about here that you could take to your teams is guardiangroup.org/end trafficking. That's END. Trafficking is TRAFFICKING. It'll take you right to the place where an individual could donate. And I think it's just an amazing cause. I don't know if there is a better cause. It is terrible. It's awful. I think, I'm just a big proponent of like maintaining a child's innocence. I see what's happening around the U.S. where kids are being stripped of their innocence in a lot of different ways. And this is the most evil way that a child can be, abused and stripped of their beautiful innocence that should be maintained for as long as humanly possible. So it's an amazing cause. You guys know how to reach out to me. You can reach out directly to me on any of these social media channels. If you want to do a call for your group or you want to individually take that to your teams, if you've got a lot of influence and a lot of followers, or if you know people that do as well, that's great. If you also know individuals that, are like, hey, I mean, $15.91 isn't a lot. I'd rather give 10,000 or 50,000. I was at a check. I don't even know what the right word is. I went to a check giving PR situation a couple months ago, and the local Subaru dealership gave us like 62 grand, which was great. So, every dollar that goes into Guardian Group goes directly to hiring these new folks, these new analysts that can, do their work, identify, find the victims, identify the traffickers, formulate and create a file, take it to the law enforcement in the location that they're working in, and then they go in and get them. So anyhow, I appreciate you guys. Again, any questions, you can reach out to me directly. You can certainly go to that page, and you're more than welcome to, take this initiative and fly with it. And like I said, if there's if you need me for anything, you can reach out to me. Some of you guys have my phone number, but it's not like I'm not findable. So feel free to reach out to me, and we'd love your help. Okay. All right. We'll see you next time.